My wife broke me. I, M33, and my wife, F33, have been together for plus 13 years. We started dating in college, have been living together for 8 years and have been married for 3 years. In many ways she is a supportive and caring wife, however. I feel I no longer love her. Even more, I resent her. Main point is, she needs me for almost everything. I am the center of her life and without me she can't function. It is a feeling of being caught and being pulled down, drowning, in her little world and having to support her. The past 6 years, the point was mainly that I was taking on most of the chores in home and trying to fulfill her needs and not pushing my own. To put it perspective, we work full-time. She has a standard 9 to 5 and I, well 8 to 6, on a good day. We would come home, I fix something for dinner, we start to eat and either she falls asleep during dinner or right after that. Mind you that's somewhere 19h 20h. As there are some chores to do, I do them till 22h, max. Then, I would like to do something for me, but, miraculously, at that time she would wake up and need some quality time. Sit in front of the TV till past midnight, while she has most likely fallen asleep again. Why don't I go to bed myself or have some me time? Between the time I get up, go upstairs and get started on a hobby/go to sleep, she again would wake up and would be shouting for me to come down and help her get out of the sofa. Mind you, she isn't fat or obese, she is just without energy. My requests of going to bed together around 22h or having me do some more hobby/fitness/whatever, were not appreciated, as she would be alone. Me spending time with friends and family is also difficult. Why do you need to spend time on them? I don't need anyone else either. You are the most important one for me, so I should also be for you. Everyone else is heavily flawed, everyone has flaws, we are human, everyone else is wrong or is annoying. She is perfect and always right. It is a mindset that I really dislike. Anyway, often it is her way or the highway. She can quite easily argument and is very stubborn, so I am often unable to convince her of anything else. Why did I marry her? She has her positive qualities. She has made me more assertive. She has supported me when I was down. She pushed my capabilities and limits and made me to the man I am today. I certainly grew thanks to her. Anyway, she convinced me to try for a child, the next project after a wedding that was spread over too much time due to COVID. I always indicated I didn't want children. They don't bring an added value to my life, but she wanted one, her clock was ticking and peers were getting children. So we tried, FOMO, even went to the hospital, got a program running. Had a miscarriage during summer 2023 and I was relieved, but some months later we were pregnant in a natural way, kind of a miracle baby. Oh yes, another project, furniture for the baby's room. Upgrade furniture master bedroom. Sure, why not? But I was done. I didn't have the energy left for her or for the life she wants. I had this feeling at the end of November 2023. She was 8 weeks pregnant. I felt torn with the situation. I went to a therapist, who indicated I was doing everything for her and not allowing myself to live the life I wanted. We then went together to the therapist and somehow it got completely redirected towards me not allowing her to do chores as I was a perfectionist. We went outside the office and her reaction, "Oh, that was bullshit, I hope you found that money well spent." I took some more time for a decision, but in the end decided to try it, as my wife told me that having another person in our family would spread her attention over 2 people and not just me, resulting in more free time for me. This sounded like a good idea. I spent more effort in trying to rekindle the feeling of love. But each time I said I love you the words were hollow and without meaning. Each time we kissed, I was thinking I wanted it to be over. Each time we hugged, I was staring blankly at the wall behind her. We are 1 year further now. The feeling I described above is a daily reminder of how I don't feel what I should be feeling. We now have a son of 6 months. Beautiful boy, surely an added value to my life. What was I thinking, but what kind of future am I giving him? I saw 2 other therapists in the past 2 months. One said I need to work on creating my personal boundaries. I told my wife, she immediately linked it with my work as she found I was doing too much overtime. The second therapist told me that my wife isn't taking my needs into consideration and that I am often sacrificing myself for her and now for the family. And either we start working together on the relationship or it will be a very hard exit. Friends who are aware of my personal life already indicated several times that they can't believe how long I have held out with her. Oh, and her promise of that the baby would be taking her attention. I bring and pick up the baby from childcare. When we are both at home, I take the lead in taking care for the baby. She does her part in researching and making sure the correct clothes are in-house and ready to be worn by our son. But anyway, next to taking care of the baby, I still take care of her as mentioned above. And I reached my limit. Breaking points for me in the past months, she asked my bucket list for 2025, I said 2 days per evenings of hobby per month at least and 1 evening with friends. Too much for her. I need to be present for her and the baby. She started talking about upgrading the garage with more storage space. I blocked. I told her she needs to come with the plan and I'll order and assemble it. She approached me several times. I asked her for a plan she wanted to discuss. I didn't, told her again multiple times come with a plan. Finally, we did order and build it. We have more storage space and it looks cleaner. Then she said she didn't like the placement of some drawers. I asked her 5 times if they weren't too high for her before installing. I completely shut down at that moment and was unable to anything else that day. Baby is going to childcare. I picked him up with a red mark/bump on his head and the person of the childcare indicated she didn't know about it. The wife was furious. I tried to mediate, it is a baby, getting bumps and scratches happens. Her reaction in short, no, a kid of 4.5 months doesn't get that. You're a terrible and bad father for not protecting your kid or wanting to figure it out. I am a terrible and bad father. She broke me then and there. The situation got resolved with the people from the childcare. 1 week later I got an apology from her. After I asked about it. Since then she mentioned several times that I am a great father, but it doesn't matter. She broke me. And I am still looking for things to bind me to her. Even though I feel I am being pushed under by her and she doesn't even realize it. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I have several separated friends who are alone and or in shitty situations. I don't know. Anyway, just needed to get it from my chest.